It's dawn and I'm just getting back home. I wanted to do a quick video with y'all. I had just attended It's Ashley Amber's event. She did the Influence and Impact Summit. And when it was an amazing event, and I left feeling really emotional. So I wanted to take this time to just be transparent with y'all. I'm gonna try to keep it short, keep it light, but I did want to be transparent with y'all and talk to y'all a little bit. And sorry for not introducing myself, but I'm Donisha. I am the owner of Influence Boutique, which is a women's boutique, a women's clothing store, and I'm also a family nurse practitioner. So first, let me say, at any event I go to, I go in and I have to set my expectations about what I'm going to an event for. And in this particular event, I promised myself earlier this year that I would network more as a business owner, because many of y'all don't know, my business is very new, very new, like just 1 year. So I set a goal to network more and get to know the fellow entrepreneurs in my community. So I come to these events very open-minded, open-hearted, to receive and to absorb and to learn. And I did just that at this event. But I want to touch on a few things that I really resonated with from our speakers, from all of them, but especially Milano. She really hit a couple of things, so I want to talk about that. Okay, it's like super hot, so I have to put my hair up because y'all, I'm burning up. I don't got no clip. Okay, we clipped up. I'm good to go. So 3 key takeaways that I have from this event is learning how to take care of yourself, even though you're an entrepreneur, and knowing when you need to put yourself first. Loneliness due to growth, and then community. What's crazy is that Milano had posted a video maybe about a week or two recent before the event today, and in her event she was essentially saying, even if you can't come with someone, come alone. Like, don't be afraid to come to this event alone, because this is for you to grow as an entrepreneur. So I had seen that, and that really hit the button for me, because I really wanted to go with somebody. I thrive when I got somebody who got good energy too, and we both there in the moment and absorbing. But I didn't particularly have that, so I was really glad I showed up anyway. And I seen that video and I was like, I'm going. So I went. So one thing that's been really new for me is, people always say, like, when you come up or when you make it, like, you lose friends. And I heard that all the time, or like, it get lonely at the top. I heard that all the time, but I just never, I don't know, I never thought that was gonna be me, because I always felt like if you had people around you like that, you had to see red flags. At some point, you must not have, you must have been ignoring the flags. But I am learning that that is not always the case, because here I am going through the same thing, making it, doing something big. Most of you know that I just became a nurse practitioner, on top of my business of having a women's boutique is thriving. And it is the loneliest I have ever felt. The loneliest I have ever felt, reaching my peak in my careers. And that sounds crazy to me to even be experiencing this, but that is something I'm currently dealing with. What I've come to realize is that success isn't lonely because people don't like you or don't love you anymore. Sometimes it's lonely because people just don't relate to you anymore. And that was really hard to accept. Like, they relate to you while you're going through your hardships of trying to reach your goals, trying to get to where you're going, because most people can relate to a hardship, most people can relate to a struggle, but actually making it, a lot of people haven't figured out how to get there. So once you get there, they no longer relate, they no longer align. The conversation is different at the table. Stuff that used to be funny to me ain't funny no more. You start being looked at as fun, because now my idea of fun is, how do we prep to reach these goals? What we doing next? How can we improve? What can we do to get better? If I'm having a drink or whatever, it's because I'm celebrating, or I'm about to relax, not because I'm down and out and I need to drown my sorrows. Like, the relationship changes because they no longer relate to you and where you are. So it's not even like a negative thing, it's just a growth thing. And I am realizing that in my careers that it is lonely. And I've never dealt with that before. I've always had a good circle. I've always had a strong circle. Always. Like I never had to even worry about it. And I'm that type of woman, like when I want to do something, I'm gonna do it no matter the obstacle, no matter who with me or against me. That's never been an issue for me. I stand 10 toes on me. I always have. But it is very new being put in a position where it's like, okay, the people around you, they don't relate to that anymore. They don't relate. So another goal that I'm setting for myself outside of networking, which I have been doing and I'm really proud of myself, is I want to step out on self. I want to step out alone. I want to step out without having people who back me and understand me and are I'm working towards. And not even in a negative way, but sometimes people hit this a lot earlier in life, but for me, I'm hitting it really late. I want to step out into this on my own. I want to find my footing, even when life is falling apart, doesn't feel good, doesn't feel like strong. I still want to step out and do things for my career, for my business, for myself. And that included going to events like this one alone, because coming to this event with people who are not aligned with what's happening here would not have even been beneficial for them or for me, because it would have ate up my energy trying to make them feel better about being here, or oh, we ain't gonna be here long, we just gonna stop that, or I'm hurry up. No, I'm in tune, I'm locked in, I'm able to grow, and more importantly, I'm in a room full of people who are thinking how I'm thinking, who are aligned with the things that I am aligned with. So all in all, you so worried about who ain't with you, go get around the people who on what you on. And that's easier said than done. So for me, that is a really big thing that I was able to come to terms with at this event and to really tap into. It's really hot. But as far as taking care of yourself, that can come in so many different forms. Like that may come with just stress from the everyday life of running your business or working your job. That might come with relationship issues. That may come with the passing of a family member. But for me, and particularly, I'm doing 2 careers at once, and I just took a really big transition, and I'm really trying to find my footing, being a nurse practitioner. And what I did not plan for is how that this sounds crazy, I should have planned for it, but I didn't plan on how that it would affect me for my boutique. Timing, it's not even just timing, it's mental. Like my head has not been in a clear space to tend to my business the way I have been before, and that's been really hard for me, and I don't believe in half doing anything. So I'm really struggling with how do I set aside that time for myself when I know I need to focus on me in another way, but also still knowing that I have a business. So going to the Influence and Impact Summit was really helpful in learning about that as well. Shout out to my because she was very inspiring, and she really helped in answering some questions in that way. As far as community goes, when you come to events like this was Ashley Amber's event, but she also does the Boss Babe link up with My Jones. But their event and other events similar to these are so important to go to because of community. Like you can only get so far or grow so much when you're sitting at a table with people who are not doing the type of things you are doing, or essentially don't have the kind of goals that you have. But when you put yourself in a room, in an atmosphere full of people who have a common goal, the energy changes. The conversation changes, and then the results change because you're putting in a different level of work. So community is important. You may come to these events and you may hear things that you already know. But these things may be new for other people. But no matter how much you think you know, you will learn something coming to these events, whether it's how to do what you're already doing better, finding a more efficient way to do it. You may be learning something completely new that you did not know about at all. And more importantly, just networking. Key thing they kept saying, all these different entrepreneurs in this room, you're bound to find an answer to one of your problems. You're bound to find a solution to an issue you may have been suffering with in your business. So it is important to get out there and get into these events. One thing I would recommend is, if you ever feel like you're struggling, if you ever feel like you are feeling burned out, or like you're just stuck, and feel like you can't really find your way forward, or whatever kind of hold you might be on in your business, or just in your journey of being an entrepreneur, I think it's important to come to these kind of events because it can change certain things about you. Like, I came in feeling lost because, like I said, I'm not able to give to my business the way I've been able to usually, due to me growing in my other career, and taking on, more responsibility there, and having to conform and learn and find my footing there. So I was like lost. Like, how do I even bounce back from that? How do I even, should I stop what I'm doing? Is this even fair? Is it fair to focus on myself? Is it fair to take time to get this together and still expect this to flourish? So I came in feeling lost, but I left out feeling so much better. I left out with so many answers. I left out with such a new energy. I got a game plan. And that is really important. So I recommend that if you ever find yourself stuck, and even if you're doing great and you flourish, you'll still show up. But that was for me in particular. If you're having some issues, go to these events. Get around the right people. Get around the right energy. Get around some people who can actually help you with where you are. So I'm so grateful for these events. I said that to the last one I went to. I love them. If you can make them, make it. It is so worth it, and it's absolutely necessary. Okay. So thanks for coming to my little TED Talk. But yes, make sure y'all show up to the next one. Beat me there. Okay. Don't meet me there. Beat me there. Period. I love y'all. Bye.